Good morning, good morning, good morning. Or afternoon. I always say good morning, it's afternoon, isn't it? Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. In our normal fashion, let's make sure that we are live and can be heard. Yep, we are live and we can be heard. We'll move that over there and mute. Uh, let's mute that. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Afternoon. It's afternoon. I don't know why I always say good morning and it's afternoon. We are here with a really quick paper craft. You guys can't see. Maybe let me show you. I have a ton of cutout pieces here. See that? We're going to put all of these together. So you're just going to work with me, craft with me while we create this little neat little Nugget Hershey box. And then I'm going to wrap these little Hershey's with a different label. But just making this really cute little Hershey box for my sorority sisters. And so while I'm doing that, if you just craft with me, my little cup that I made several years ago, it's still hanging in there. So we'll get going. How are you? How are you? How are you? Isn't this just the most adorable little thing? It holds four Hershey's. Holds four of them. Don't ask me where this one went. Number four is at. They taste great though, but don't ask me that. So I'll fill the other ones with Hershey's. Hello, good afternoon. Good to see you, Miss Lynette. Good to see you. So you guys may or may not know I am a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated at Epsilon chapter here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And this weekend we will be having a girls sleepover. And so I am creating some table favors or some little gift favors for my sorority sisters. They have no idea that I am doing this for them unless they are now watching. But I am going to be working on assembling all the pieces together. And this actually is a project from Silhouettes. Miss Lynette, you're a Zeta as well. This also is a project, actually is a project from Silhouette that I found on their website, and I cut out all of these pieces this morning. Oh, no. Okay, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I cut out all the pieces this morning so you guys wouldn't have to hear the machine going. But it's very simple. It's an easy craft. I promise this time we will not be on long. We will be on short. Hey, Miss Judy. So it's simple. Here it is, the pieces that I cut out. So I'll show you. This is off of the Silhouette project. It is called 4 Nugget Gift Box. It creates if you have a Silhouette or a Cricut, you could use this project. It puts the little lines in it so that you can fold. It comes with the belly band. And the belly band, of course, has the lines in it to fold. And then it actually was a heart. But I removed the heart and put my Zeta's dove instead of the heart to create this little gift. So this just shows you how you can actually customize any of those little gifts that you see online to make them your own. You do not have to make them the way that they show on that they sell it to you on the website or the product gifting. You can make this work any way you want. And so I took the little heart out of it and I put in my little Zeta dove to make it the way that I wanted it to show up. And then, you know me, I have to be extra. Instead of just having the one piece, let's move that out of the way. Instead of having just the one piece, I think things always look better when you layer them. So we're going to layer our pieces together, and I've created all these little small pieces to layer around it. So this is why I'm saying we won't be on long today. We're going to be quick. Oh, my response to always saying that it's after morning when it's afternoon or whatever. Yeah, I get messed up. But yeah, hi, good morning, good afternoon. There we go again. Good afternoon. So you guys, I like to do things in layers, and so I'm going to layer all of these pieces to make this work. And again, you don't have to do it in layers on the original piece that comes from the silhouette package or the silhouette project cutout. It's just this piece and these pieces here. That's all it is. I went in and I created these separate layers so that it could add some dimension and that it will make it look better, in my opinion. So this is how all of these pieces I created and cut out. These pieces right here are the only pieces that come along with the silhouette project itself. It's really simple. Once you get your pieces cut out, it takes less than 3 minutes to put together. So let's time us and see. It takes less than 3 minutes to put together, and it's all about making sure that you have your glue product and your the glue product and tape. Making sure. Remember, I say that all the time. Having the right tools and having the right equipment will make the project so much easier. You can see this little piece of cellophane or acetate. Also, it allows you to cut that out, and so you just put it together. Now, I'm going to use this double-sided tape that I pick up from, where did I get this? I think from Hobby Lobby, but you may be able, any double-sided tape will work. And for the cellophane, you don't have to have it at every corner, or for the acetate, it doesn't have to be in every corner. You just need it so that the acetate will kind of give it a little special, just that added touch. Remember, we just spruce it up a little bit. Then what I am going to do is I'm going to put these pieces together. Let me move this out of the way. I'm going to put these together because this will give it time to dry. And I will tell you guys about why we're doing this. So for the Zetas, we here locally are having our annual retreat. And it's a slumber party, which I think will be fun for all of us getting together to just kind of celebrate, decide how we want to plan for the upcoming year, and to be able to spend time with each other, which is cool. And I've not done a slumber party probably since I was a little kid. Yeah. So I want to be able to go and have fun. So look at how that just spruced that up a little bit more. Otherwise, it would have just been a plain. Doesn't that look so much better? Having that just a little bit of dimension. And all I did on my machine is I did an inset instead of an outset. I did an inset on the machine so that it would fit and show that. It did have a little bitty dot that it had put right there for an inset piece, but I took that out because heaven forbid that I spend all day trying to put those little dots on. I have about 20 of these that I have to make. I'm not going to have you guys go through that with me, but I just wanted to show you and give you an idea of what this Sunday's craft project is. I had something I wanted to share with you guys, but I all of a sudden when I turn the camera on, I lose my train of thought and words. I don't know why. I lose my train of thought and the words that I want to say. Everything's like losing me, leaving me. See, there we go. All right. So we'll just layer it up like that. In case it's upside down, layer it up. How's that? Are you still turning your head sideways? Don't turn it sideways. I have my camera on the paper crafts right on top, like angled right down on top of it so that you can see it better, or what I think is better. I mean, you can see it from the top. I do know that craft project that I made last week, I threw it away. After it started drying, I just did not like it at all. It looked horrible. Um, and I'm not ashamed to say it. It was an epic fail. I couldn't even lie through it saying, oh, it's such a great success. No, it was terrible. It looked bad after it was all said and done. So I threw it away. I threw it away. I will try it again next time. I think I wasted doing that maybe $5. I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't much, but I threw it away. I didn't like it at all. So I didn't even post it on Instagram to show you guys what it looked like at the end. I just got rid of it all. You'll have that. You'll have that. Sometimes you like things as you're working on them. Sometimes you don't. I think the biggest thing with me for crafting is not being afraid to try it, and also not being afraid to say, well, yeah, that didn't work. How's that look, Lynette? Are you still looking sideways? Okay, good, good, good. All right, so we're going to hold it like this, and I'm just going to continue to build these pieces. I like the silhouette projects. Some of them are really neat. I like the fact that I can maneuver them or manipulate them to make them my own instead of just having to actually, I'll purchase the item that they have, and I do purchase them. I'll purchase the items that they have, and then I'll manipulate the item to make it the way that I want it to be. I like to do things in layers. Layers always are easier to me. And this one, I think this project, I think it was like maybe $1.49, and you can use it forever. You can manipulate it. You can add somebody's name in here if you wanted to have their name on there. You could add like if you're a crafter and you sell things at a craft fair, this would be perfect for Christmas time coming up, where you would be able to manipulate it and put maybe like a Santa Claus or jingle bells or something inside of that. Inside of here, instead of the dove, you could put another kind of project in there. You could even put a person's silhouette, right? Like a silhouette of a face. What a great table favor for baby showers. If you wanted somebody to walk away, you could put a baby's booty in there as a decoration. And then you can create the project that way as well. There's just multiple ways that, like, if you're a crafter, you want to make sure that you're selling things that are, if you're at a craft show, that aren't very expensive, that people, you don't want to put names on things at craft shows when you go to them, because it's hard to know who's going to come in, what name they'll come in with, right? And you want to be able to sell your product. So look at how that looks. That is like one of the easiest quick gifts there. And then you fold on the lines. And I'm going to fold on the lines. And I'll fold this last one on the line here. I know you can't really see the lines on the white paper, but we fold on the lines and then we just glue it down. I'm using the art glitter glue. This is perfect. This glue is perfect for these kind of paper crafts because it grabs the paper right away and it seals it right away. You don't have to wait. The delay is like almost none. Right? Use my bone folder to just press down and make sure that it has a real good seal together in the back of there. And then if I got a little glue on anything on the front, like I did here, I just take a baby wipe and come along and wipe that off of the, You can do that if you're using a, I'm using this silver metallic cardstock, right? How's that looking? Oh, Judy, you got a silhouette curio. I think, isn't that I think that's a smaller version of the cameo, which you'll love it. It becomes addictive. You'll start buying all kinds of paper so that you can craft, and vinyl so that you can craft. I started out doing vinyl projects, and then I turned into, now I'm loving paper crafts. So thanks you guys. So you'll love it. Jump in. Don't be afraid to do it, to use it, because here's the deal. Like with craft paper, when you buy a packet of paper, depending on the width that you buy, if you buy the 12 by 12, you can get those packets anywhere from $7 to $7 for 25 sheets to $20 for 100 sheets. And then depending on the card stock, you can buy the card stock. And then basically what I'm saying is a 12 by 12 sheet of paper in a probably costs you about 5 cents to practice and try. So don't be afraid to try it, because you're not really wasting money. And as you perfect your gift more and more, you will be you'll get better, and you'll just start figuring out things that you love more to do. Okay, so here's our box. You can see the lines in the box where these are our fold lines or our score lines. On the silhouette, it does dashes of cut lines. On the Cricut, it'll actually make a score, but on the silhouette, it does dashes of cut lines. And you just fold on all of those cut lines so that you can fold the product in, fold your project in, right? And what I like to do is come inside each one with my glue. And I do all the glue at one time here. And then I kind of flip it over and just put a dot on the back of each one of the little tabs here, because this is how this will come together. Hi, Miss Joe. Good to see you, or at least good to see you writing online. I wish I could see you guys. Okay, so we have our box cut out ready. And the way this box is designed is you're just going to fold it in. Make sure that your edges line up so that you'll have a really square box, right? On the front and the back, and then fold your pieces in. Now, because this is a fast grabbing glue, you want to make sure that your edges are lined up really good before the glue grabs a hold of it and seals it in. And then on the edges, you just press those down inside. Look at how quick and easy that is. Then I take my bone folder and I just press down inside to make sure that all of the pieces connected to the glue all the way around. That's my box. And this box now fits inside of there. Is that not the cutest stinking thing and the most easiest gift to do? So then we'll just take our little chocolates when I go buy more, and we'll lay them inside of just like that. It is so super easy. It is so super cute. And imagine, I think any friend would love seeing this little personalized gift. I think anybody would love seeing this little personalized gift. Now, you don't have to do the chocolates. Remember, I say you can customize it. You can make it whatever you want it to be. And I would, you could find, let's see, this measures, what does this measure? I'm doing this upside down for you. This measures, and I do it right side so I can see it. I'll tell you guys. It measures 2 3/4, roughly 2 3/4 by 2. That looks like plain 2, right? 2 3/4 inches by 2 inches. So you can find any treat that you want to put in there at that for that size. Or you can just find multiple little treats, right? You didn't even have to be, you can put in several different small little treats inside of there. Or guess what? You could put in, oh wow, what else can you put in? You could fold up money and put inside of there. This could be used for anything. I know Silhouette says that it's for 4 nuggets, and that's what they built it around, but it just doesn't have to be nuggets. You can use this little bitty box for any kind of gift that you want to give to your friend. You can customize the front of it, or you can put it with the heart back on there. I am doing it with a Silhouette. This was a Silhouette project purchase that I purchased, but I've seen something very similar with a Cricut. And if you wanted to do it without a Cricut, that is a great question, Miss Lynette. Let's do this together. Let me grab a piece of paper and my score buddy. Yep, y'all just heard me make something fall. So somebody write this down for us. We're gonna see here. If we wanted to make this without a Cricut, how could we do it with just the plain paper, right? So we would come down to 4, 5, and 1/8, it looks like, and we'd score. I was not planning on doing this, so we're going to do this together. Hi, Wakwanza. Good to see you. Good to see you. So we're going to do 5 and 1/8, and we're going to score. We're going to score at, I'm going backwards, but that's okay. I'm scoring at 4.5. Okay, I'm going to take this all the way down at 4.5. Right? So on this side, then this would mean that we're doing a score at 1/2. And we're going to score at 1 1/8 for that way. All right. We're going to learn how to do this without. If you don't have a Cricut, this is what we're making. So a score at 1/2, a score at 1 1/8. That's that part, right? Cricut makes these things much easier, but we can figure this out as well. So then we would turn our paper, and we're going to do some more scoring. We turn our paper. Now we want to score at this way. We're going to score at, again, 1/2. 1/2. And then 1 1/8 again. Oh, that's the same. That's the same. And score at, let's see, 3 3 1/4. And we're scoring here at 3 3/4. All right. Let's see. So we go, let's make these lines now. All the way down. We make this one 1 1/2. 3 1/4. 3 3/4. I'm not sure if I cut that one right. Okay. Can we do that? This is our line here where we're going to cut. Now, you don't have to have the special equipment. This one, we're trying to see if we can make it without the special equipment. So we're doing a trial and error. And since the question was asked, we're just going to see if we can make it work without having anything special. Now, this was our bottom line. So we're going to just go ahead and fold on this line here. So I'll tell you in a minute. Let me see, because I hadn't planned on doing this, but you can see me. You can see us working on this to see. So we will measure and see what size paper this turns out to be. So we end up using a, our paper ends up being roughly 4 by 4x5 piece of paper. But we're going to cut some stuff away here. So we're going to cut this off because we know we don't need this. All right. Now let's go ahead and, you guys, y'all got me out of my element here. We're trying this without a piece of paper. Okay. So, and even if you don't have a score buddy, all you have to do is mark with a ruler these parts where you measured at, right? Where we measured to cut it at to make this box. Even if you don't have the score buddy, you can do this by marking it with a ruler. I think I cut off one of my lines that I need. I did. I cut off the edge that I needed right there. All right, we'll figure this out though. I cut off one of the sides of my box and the bottom side. Well, that's terrible. Okay. So now I want to come in here and I'm going to cut this line. And I'm going to cut up to there. I'm going to cut this line to this score. That gives us this flap, right? That gives us this flap. So we need to do the same over here. We're going to cut on that score line, cut that score line, and cut this out. That gives us a flap. Now that kind of looks like that, right? It's our own way of doing it, but y'all got me going. Look at my mind. I'm deep in thought here. Let's make these, wedge these off, cut those little wedges off so that when we fold it, it won't make it bulky on the end. All right, there's that. So how will that look? Yes, that will look like, that will go like that. Oh, that's still bulky. Let's cut a nip off of it here. Still kind of bulky. Cut a little nip off of it. So if we fold that, let's turn it so you guys can see. I'm sorry, I was deep in thought on how to do it. If we fold that, that will end up with it like this. Okay. So that will kind of go like that. And we would need to repeat that on the other side. But if I cut off my end, I could make it a box without the ends on it. Or I could do it. Let's start over. Okay, I'm going to start over. See? Throw that piece of paper away. It's fine. All right, we're going to start over. Did you guys write those numbers down? Did you write those numbers down for us so we would know what our things are? All right, so we are going to do at a 1/2 inch. We're cutting a 1/2 inch and then 1 1/8. Then we go to 3 and I don't know how to call that. It's just 1 notch over 3 and 1/4, right? And then we'll mark here at 1 notch over 4 1/2. And then this is the one that I forgot to get right here. We needed this line. And this is at 5 1/8. That's the one that I accidentally cut off. All right, then we're going to spin our paper around. And we're going to, let me go ahead and finish these lines out so you guys can see these. It can be done. It can be done. This little thing that I'm using is called a Score Pal. I purchased it at, I purchased it at Joann's, I believe, for like $19 or something, but I always like to get them when the coupons are on sale. I never buy anything from Joann or Hobby Lobby unless it's on the sale. Right? What did I do? Am I doing something wrong? There, there, there. All right. So this one in the middle I don't need. Okay. I don't need this line. I shouldn't have had that one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this line off, this excess off. All right. Now if we turn it to the paper to the side, it's a Score Buddy, Lynette, that it's called a Score Pal. And basically it's just designed so that you can make score lines on your projects like we're doing here. Where like this one, the silhouette, if you can see on this, how can I show it to you? On this one, the silhouette cuts all the lines for me, right? So when I fold, you can see the score lines that the silhouette does for me. But if you don't have a silhouette machine, you can do it with the Score Buddy. You just need to know your measurements and it'll do the exact same. It'll have the same effect. So here we go again. We got we got a half. Then we go 1 1/8. We move down. We go 3 1/8 basically. And we move over and we go to 3 3/4. I wonder if I should spin it. Maybe I'll get my paper better. I'm going to spin that around. Just bear with me for a minute. I just want to see if this works better. 3 1 1/8. Okay. Score it all the way down. And these little lines just help. You keep this thing in groove so you don't score outside of the paper. That's all it does. You don't even need this because I'm going to show you another way that you can do it without the little Score Buddy. All right. Okay. I got all kinds of lines going on here, but I think I know what I'm doing. All right, so I'm gonna varnish all my fold lines, all the ones that I want actually right. Varnish and fold. I'm gonna slow down because I think I'm rushing. I feel like I'm rushing, but I just want to show you guys, see if we get this for you. Okay, now we have all our lines varnished and folded. What we're going to do now is cut again. So here's our template. If we were using this as a template, we want to cut away. I want to cut away. I'm going to cut down this line. And I'm going to cut down this varnish line. And I'm going to slice these away. I'm going to cut this in half. And then I'm going to make a little wing cut on it so that when we fold it, it doesn't become too bulky on the paper. Does that make sense what I'm saying when I say cut the little wing so that it's not too bulky on the paper? I was trying to find my smaller scissors too. Okay, anyway. All right, so we'll do it again on this side. We'll cut down the fold, the varnish fold here. Cut down this one. We'll cut it in half. And then we'll cut the little wings off so that it's not so thick. All right, and then we'll repeat this on this side. We'll cut down to the second fold varnish line. Cut down to the second varnish line. Cut that piece off and cut this one in half. I did a little more than half on that, but that's okay. It's going to work out. See, we're looking the same. We're getting there. We're looking like our little template. It looks much wider than our little template, but we might have a bigger box when we're done, you guys. Our box might be extremely big when we're done, but it'll work. You'll get the premise. You'll get the idea. We didn't do our measurements too good here. And we'll cut down on this side too. This is funny. All right. And then we'll cut in half. And we'll make some little wings on it so that it doesn't bulk up. I don't know how y'all got me to do this online without practicing it, but I did. That's my love for y'all. Okay. All right. So we got our template. Look at how big that is compared to what we have. So obviously our sizing was not right, but you get it, right? You get the gist of what's going on. That's right. More room for other things. I love it. Obviously our sizing was not right, but hey, we were measuring off of cuff and just eyeballing it. Maybe that's maybe that's a good sign to say always measure, measure twice, cut once, right? Looks like this one is even big over on this side, so we'll see. Anyway, you would glue it. This is just a quick way of showing you if you don't have these fancy tools, machines, you can make paper crafts without having any of the machines. You just have to fussy cut or cut them by hand, and you just have to measure. So you can make all of this with a ruler and a pair of scissors. You can do the exact same project. I'm showing you how to do it right now with the Score Buddy or the Score Pile. In a minute, I'll show you how we can make the same thing with just ruler. All right. So we're folding it. We're putting our corners in, making sure that they are, can you see me? I'm sorry, I was off screen. Making sure that everything is lined up. We'll fold back inside, and there we go. All right, that's how you can do it without the machines, right? There we go. And I don't know if you guys can see. That's right. Having a bigger box, you can put bigger things in there. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I don't know how we did it or how I did it. I was the one at control, right? I was the one controlling the pin. But can you see this? This side of the box right here is so much taller than this side. So if we were doing a sliding tray, maybe that's a way you could slide it in and out of the the belly button. But that's how you would make the box if you wanted to make this without the fancy tool. And then, of course, you would just take a piece of another piece of paper, and you'd measure around here to make your belly band. So I'll do that with you. Let me find another piece of scrap paper. Here we go. Okay, I found this piece of scrap paper. Let's make a belly band. We came this far, we might as well go with it, right? We got us out here on the limb, we might as well go. And then I'll show you how to do it without the fancy tools or whatever. We'll just do it using your ruler. Okay, so we're going to make us a belly band. And we're going to use this scrap piece of paper to make our belly band. First thing we want to do is I'm eyeball measuring. This is what got me in trouble the last time, eyeball measuring. Don't be like me. Measure right. But we're just doing this on a whim, so it's working. Thank you, Joe. Don't be like me. Measure the right way, okay? We're doing it on a whim, so it's working for us. All right, so we're going to take, for your belly band, you'll just take a piece of paper and you will, I would have to get the most graphic paper, hard for you guys to see, right? You can cut it out. Here's the belly band. We're going to go this way with the belly band. And I'm going to just kind of bend it around. This is how you can do it if you don't have these special tools. Bend it around, Make sure that it holds up right. Bend it around. Put a little crease in it. Crease there, crease there. And then when we take it out, we can make our permanent score lines in it. There we go. I'm thinking hard, you guys. I mean, I am thinking hard on this one. Score line. Score line. Okay, let's get stuff out of the way. We got our little belly band. It's a little long. So we're going to cut off some of this because it doesn't need to be this long. We will just cut. Now, naturally, if I were doing this for real, I would take time. I'd measure it out. I'd do everything so that it would be classy, not just all thrown together. We would have it better looking. But we'll take our tape there, measure our belly band up. Now, and with our little tray, we'll slide it right inside of there. Look at that. Right? And I use cheapo paper so it's thin, so it's not holding up well, but you would want to use cardstock. This is just regular paper, so it's not as thick as it would be if it were cardstock. So of course it's sinking in and doing all that stuff. Right? That's how you would do it if you wanted to create. And then look at my little, okay, this is going to drive me crazy. I'm going to do it. I'm going to back it up here. Let's back it with some cardstock. Let's make it. Y'all got me out here smoking out the window. This is so funny. I can't even believe I'm doing this on live. But hey, we're having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm having fun creating this real life, last minute ghetto ghetto craft box. I put a little glue on this piece of paper. This is going to help strengthen this little box. We're going to throw it all away anyway, but this will help strengthen it. Y'all got me out here. I feel like Bruno Mars. I'm smoking out the window. Look at that. Ah! Snap twice if you believe. We did it, y'all. We did it. We did it. Snap twice. And the little lip that was a problem now is a good little tray holder right there. How we can pull that in and out. Now, naturally, I would do this different. I would size it better. I would do all the things that it needed to be done if I were going to actually give this to somebody. But we did it, Miss Lynette. We did it. Okay, so let me show you guys how you can do it even if you don't have the score buddy, right? And we'll make this one smaller. So here you start with just a piece of paper, and you will take your ruler and you will measure out, because I think we saw that everything was like a 1/2 inch apart. So you're going to make a 1/2 inch mark here. Then we'll go down to 1 1/2. Your inside of the box can be whatever size you want it to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spin this piece of paper around on the other side, and I'm going to make the same markings. On this side, I'm going to do a 1/2 inch and then 1 1/8, right? To make it the same markings. We do it again, that same thing on the long side. We're going to do a 1/2 inch and 1 1/8. Spin it around again. For this side, measure it out. Here we're going to do a 1/2 inch and 1 1/8. And then we'll take our ruler and we will just make sure that our paper and our ruler is flat and even, and run your lines down. I'm using a pen. You would normally do this with your score or something that you can use to score with. This paper is not very big. It's going to be the world's tiniest box on the inside of here. Flip it. Make sure it's flat. This might be like for a wedding ring or something. I'm cracking myself up, y'all. This is the world's tiniest box. Okay, there we go. Now, you got to try it. You got to try it, Lynette. Yes, and show it to me on Instagram. On Instagram, follow me. Classy Shade Design, Sharon Tucker. I'm on there. So we just take our lines and we fold it in our lines. And like we did before when we had our score buddy, if you press your pen or your pencil down hard enough, it'll kind of make score lines for you. Or you could take any sharp object that doesn't cut, right? Any sharp object that doesn't cut and make your score lines on there as well. And then we're going to come along and cut the sides like we did before. So we go to the second score line on this edge and cut. Cut down this line to the second score line. And I cut this one in half. Then we cut off the little edges so that it doesn't have bulk. Right? We'll repeat that on this side. Now this box looks like it's going to be long and narrow. This might be for a skinny gift. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm laughing at myself so hard right now. But this is what you get when you ask me off the cuff, like, how do we do it? And we're not measuring it all the way out, but you just want to make sure that if you do something like this, that that you measure the item that you want to put in it, and you can cut and make it fit based on the size of the item that you're putting in here, inside of your box. This is going to be strong and long and narrow. It might be like for a, what do we have that could be this narrow? You could put in multiple pieces of candy, or you could put in pieces of gum, or what are those things they used to call Laffy Taffy? There you go, Laffy Taffy. You could put Laffy Taffy in this size. You could put money in it. Money it comes in all sizes and shapes. So you could do that. You could put lipstick. There we go. You could put chapstick inside of this size. Yes. If she's 13, I just lost my light there for some reason. If she's 13, yes, you could absolutely do table favors, and then you can, so look at this. Okay, so we made this little box. It's narrow, it's long, but we still can do a belly band on it, right? I'm not gluing it down, but you get the gist of what I'm doing here. We still could do a belly band around it. Look at that, you guys. Money sounds good. It always, like, I've never seen anybody say, oh, no, don't give me a gift for money. Look at that one, is a long and narrow box. It's perfect for lipstick. Do I have a lip gloss down here? I don't. I used to have a lip. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Look at that. Look at that. Come on through. You could make it a little shorter, and you could put a lip gloss in there. And then the same thing goes for the belly band, right? You cut the belly band around it like you would before. So there you go. There you go. See, you can do it. Just make sure you cut your sides the same, and that you are making your inches the same either way you want. And I could have probably, if I had folded my inches this way instead of the long way, it would have been a wider box instead of a skinny, narrow box. Hello, Mr. Cat. What's your name of your cat? So here we go. I am going to, we have been on 49 minutes. I'm telling you, I really was only planning on being here 30 minutes today, you guys. But because you asked how do you do it without fancy machines, I wanted to show you that. And I'm glad that you asked that question because sometimes we don't have all the tools, and I don't want you to think that you have to have a Silhouette, a Cricut, the Score Buddies, any of that. You can do the very same craft that I created here with this, and a ruler. You can make this with this. It just takes a little more creativity. Hey, Jasmine. It just takes a little more creativity and it takes some more measurements, but you absolutely do not need all of the fancy tools to do it. All you need is a desire to craft and a desire to move forward. So I have about 20 of these boxes that I need to put together for the rest of today. I'm going to finish working on that. And I just want to thank you guys for being here with me. I hope you had fun. And I hope to see you next Sunday in our next video. I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.